Hello and welcome to the Pirates vs. Ninjas Rogue Class Card Showcase. Let's get right into it with the common cards. First up, the Mercantilist Ship, 6 mana 4/7. Whenever an enemy minion dies, add a coin to your hand. This card is pretty good. 7 health is pretty high for 6 mana, and more importantly, its effect is really good. Just playing this in a sort of mid-rangey board control rogue, it's a big minion itself, and it can get you a lot of coins. Enough coins to start cycling with Gadgetan, or simply just getting enough coins to the point where you're no longer just playing it because it's a spell, but more to literally start doing things like innervating out more minions. That's how many coins you could get with a card like this, just clearing an entire enemy board of minions, getting a ton of coins in the process. Next up is Flame Shuriken, 3 mana, deal 3 damage, combo, deal 6 instead. A simple eviscerate but bigger really. It's slightly worse than you normally get for 3 mana direct damage spells, and it's a little bit better if you combo it than a 4 mana direct damage spell. A simple card that gives Rogue more removal. It is a bit trickier to combo because it's more expensive, but a preparation can solve that in a heartbeat. Next up is Chiropractor, 2 mana 2/1 ninja. Battlecry, deal 2 damage to an undamaged minion. So it's a backstab stapled on to a very bad 2 mana minion in all honesty. A 2/1 is really a 1 mana card. However, the effect of just a backstab is insanely good and is definitely worth the price of admission, because even though it is worse than backstab, you know, backstab is free, that's one of its draws. Being able to have 4 backstabs, even if 2 of the backstabs are kinda bad, is pretty darn good in a deck. It also is a ninja, allowing you to get ninja synergy in your deck. Next up is the rares, and another card with ninja synergy, the Master of Disguises. 4 mana 4/4 ninja. Battlecry, give your friendly ninjas stealth. So it's very simple. You have a bunch of ninjas, you attack them, and then you give them stealth, and then you can hit them again. It's sort of a conceal in a way, but just for ninjas. It also is permanent stealth. So if you have any ninja that is, you know, you've given some crazy effects, you can protect it forever with stealth. Next is Arcane Slipweaver, 5 mana 4/5 ninja. This minion is also considered a spell, and of course that means for anything. If the card says something about a spell, this minion it's considered a spell. So Violet Teacher, you play this, it summons a 1/1. You know, you can preparation this out, and you have a 2 mana 4/5. It's like innervating a Chillwind Yeti in the Druid class, but instead it's preparationing an Arcane Slipweaver. And it also is just really good. You know, you can play it with a Gadgetan Auctioneer, even though that's unlikely to happen. You can do it. You can, if a card says discover a spell or anything of that nature, this can pop up. And it's just an interesting ability, and also it's very good. The ability to prep out a 4/5 on turn 2 is a huge tempo play. It's a huge swing early on, which is something Rogue already does a lot, and the ability to do even more of it is just going to compound that effect. Next up is the Thieves District, 10 mana. Summon 2 random pirates and 2 random ninjas. Combo. Instead, summon 1 of each. So this is actually an interesting card design, because unlike most combo cards, you are actually punished for comboing it. If you cast Preparation plus the Thieves District, it's 7 mana, but you don't get 2 pirates and 2 ninjas, you get 1, which is obviously a downside. However, it's also kind of an upside, because you can play it early and get a little bit less, you know, value. But if you wait and you just have a whole turn where all you do is cast this spell, you're getting a lot of extra value. However, the scope of all the pirates and all the ninjas in the game is quite a wide variety. You can have things such as a 1/2 that does nothing, or a 4/6 with charge in the pirate category. You can get the 2/1 Chiropractor, or you can get the 4/4 Master of Disguises. You can get a 4/5 Arcane Slipweaver. There's a lot of variety, and there's a lot of good outcomes, there's a lot of bad outcomes, but on average, you do get your mana's worth. And if you prep it out, you still kind of get your mana's worth, and you can even coin with all the coins you might get from other cards. Next up is the Whetstone Thief, a 3 mana 3/4 pirate. Battlecry, your hero power becomes give your weapon +1 attack. So this card is interesting, because if your hero power becomes, it doesn't add to it, so you get the half of the old rogue hero power, because the old rogue hero power actually gave your weapon +1 attack, as well as equipped a 1/2 weapon. This card allows the rogue to do only half of that, so in order to get good use of this card, you have to have a weapon and then play it. You can't you need to have a weapon equipped prior to having the Whetstone Thief, or you need to have enough weapons in your deck that you can reliably get one so that your hero power isn't useless. However, just having a hero power like this is really useful in a longer sort of game, you know? You can just buff a weapon over and over and over and over and over, and then keep on hitting them really heavy damage, you know, an Assassin's Blade just over and over, +1, +1, +1. You can get like 7-4, maybe, after a few turns, and then you can swing for 28 total damage, which is insane. And it can also just keep on clearing minions, keep on clearing them. And also, it's just a 3-mana 3/4 pirate on its own, which is really good stats and a good tag, especially in a set of this nature. Next up is 3-mana 1/5 mech, SL0TM4CHIN3. Whenever you cast a coin, discover a card of a random rarity. So it is a very bad statted minion. 3-mana 1/5 is not very good, fairly weak. It is a mech, but that's not a huge benefit, especially post Goblins vs. Gnomes. However, being able to cast a coin and discover a card, sort of just drawing a card, is really good. However, considering it's not only drawing a card, in a way, it's getting it to your hand, so it's not even in the deck, it's just an extra card for you to use, an extra resource, plus you get to discover it, which is good. And it's of a random rarity, which is, you know, by that, it's, you get 3 commons. You don't get common, rare, epic, you get 3 commons, you get 3 rares, you get 3 epics, or you get 3 legendaries. You don't get a mixture. So you can cast a bunch of coins that you get from your Mercantilist Ship, or your Cut Purse, or your Tomb Pillagers, whatever you got for coins, and draw a bunch of things. Add a bunch of them to your hand. And once you've added them all to your hand, you have a ton of extra resources, and you have a bunch of extra mana to start casting those things, because you've been playing a bunch of coins. So you have like 3 coins in your hand, you play this, you cast 3 coins, you've got 3 more mana, so this was free, and you have 3 new like resources, 3 new cards to use, whatever they are. So it's very strong. Next up is the Rogue Legendary. 6-mana 5/5 Dragon Wrathion. Battlecry, add the Fangs of the Father to your hand. Now, the Fangs of the Father is a 5-mana 4/2 weapon. Your Sinister Strikes deal double damage. So this card is very much so a slow sort of combo piece. Because Sinister Strikes dealing double damage is not a board control tool. That's a killing tool, because Sinister Strikes deal damage to the face. It's just that simple. They don't hurt minions, so if you're not already in control of the board or able to at least not die before getting this combo off, you're kind of screwed. Because in theory, the combo would be Malygos with Fangs of the Father equipped, Sinister Strike, Sinister Strike. That's an OTK, that's 32 damage. Because Malygos gives Sinister Strike +5 base damage, double it is 16. And then you can also even swing with the Fangs of the Father for 4 additional damage. So that's kind of what you want to set up for with Wrathion. However, Wrathion is an overcosted minion for his stats, and you have to pay 5 more mana for the 4/2 weapon that you can get destroyed, and also you can only swing with once before you have to just not use weapons anymore, which is a problem for Rogue, because they like using weapons. And then you also need to have Malygos and the Sinister Strikes, and throw them all out to get the OTK sort of combo. But even if you don't, you know, a 6 damage Sinister Strike is definitely not bad. And even if you have like a Thalnos, it becomes an 8 damage Sinister Strike, it's only 1 mana, and you have the Fangs of the Father, so Wrathion maybe on a sort of cleaner board. He can still contest the board, his stats are not awful, they're just not fantastic. That is the Rogue Card Showcase. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.